and welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Frank Noppenberger, your host, and today is one of my very special days where we bring up three athletes from the high school and we talk about their season just passed. Starting off, we have Matt Bettin. Matt was a standout in our football team, 2-year letter winner, and in the middle there is Nicole Tagerty. Nicole was an all-division, all-conference athlete for our championship volleyball team. We're going to hear about that exciting game against J.P. Stevens later. And right next to me is Julia Wescott. Julia Wescott's a 4-year letter winner and a track athlete for our championship girls soccer team. Welcome, guys, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to help us out here. Matt, you're going to start with the first question. We need the audience to know how or why did you get involved in football?
I got involved in football in 7th grade, GBC. I just used to play with my friends, like, outside, but then I wanted to play more, so I got into it in GBC, and I really liked it, so I joined the high school team.
And what position did you play when you were at GBC?
I started out as a corner.
Corner?
Yeah.
And you ended up playing what for the Bears?
Varsity, I played linebacker and running back.
Good. Any other sports? You ever play any other sports?
I used to play basketball and baseball.
And?
I stopped playing baseball in 6th grade.
Why?
And I just
Curveball?
didn't like it anymore. I just didn't like it anymore.
Boring.
Yeah. I like basketball, but I couldn't play for the high school team.
Right. Okay. Nicole, now you started playing volleyball as a freshman?
Yeah, that was the first time I played on a team.
And
but
go ahead.
In the summer of 6th grade, I went to a volleyball camp. My mom signed me up for me and my cousin for something to do over the summer.
She just wanted to get rid of you?
Yeah.
And is that when you kind of fell in love with it?
Yeah.
You ever do any other sports?
I played basketball and softball when I was younger, but I wasn't too good at those, so I kind of stopped playing.
But you do like volleyball,
Yeah.
Huh? Good. And Julia Wescott, outstanding track athlete, and certainly a better soccer player, going to Lafayette. When you were younger, because you had the influence of your brother and older sister, is that what drew you to soccer, or what?
I didn't just play soccer. I played basketball and lacrosse. But I guess since my brother and my sister played, it was just, they kind of inspired me, and I always wanted to be better than them, I guess.
Right.
So.
Did you ever feel, because your sister was an outstanding soccer player, did you ever feel that you had to live up to her potential?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you felt that pressure?
Yeah, always.
Did you surpass her?
I don't think I want to say.
No, I
don't
wouldn't
want to answer
know,
that
but
question.
she was excellent. Okay, now we're going to talk about college. Nicole, we're going to start out with you. Where are you thinking of going? Why'd you pick that school? And just tell us.
My top school right now is Misericordia University in Pennsylvania. And I just like it because it's kind of small, but I like small schools. And I just like the campus of it and everything about it.
What town is it located in?
Dallas, Pennsylvania.
And what do you think you want to major in?
Speech pathology.
My wife's a speech pathologist. You know, you have to get a master's degree and everything for that.
Yeah.
Good. And were you going to play volleyball out there?
I hope so.
Oh, good for you. Good for you, Julia. As I said, Lafayette, and I'm sure they recruited you. Tell us quickly about that recruiting process, when, where, and how, and what made you choose Lafayette.
The recruiting process for like women's college soccer is like really sped up now. They start recruiting you around like your junior year early when they can, well, sometimes sophomore year, but it's just like communication between you and the coach. They come watch you, they tell you what you think, and I guess like Lafayette, when I went to visit, I just fell in love with the campus, and I just knew immediately like that's where I wanted to go. And also the coach is like,
You like the coach?
yeah,
Who is the coach?
Coach Statham and Coach Hare.
Okay. And what are you going to major in there?
I think biology, something in the medical field.
Okay, good for you. Okay, Matt, where are we going?
I think I want to go to Rowan University.
Rowan, okay.
Yeah. It's close, and I'm not sure if I'm playing football yet, but
Right.
I want to.
That's big time. I mean, it's D2, I think, or maybe
That's
three.
D3,
But
yeah.
they are big time. They're very good. And it's quite a commitment. You know what you want to major in?
I want to do environmental science.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay, now we're going to get into the tough questions. First question is, how did you prepare for your season? And you're all completely different athletes. Different sports, the whole bit. Nicole, we're going to start with you.
Well,
Tell us about your summer.
Yeah, over the summer we have like conditioning a couple of nights a week, and it's just like on your own time a lot. You have to like work out on your own and just like keep healthy to be in the best shape you could be for your season.
How about volleyball at the beach? Any of that?
Yeah, I play at the beach all summer, and it helps like really build your legs because it's a lot harder to like jump on the sands,
Right.
and it really helps your like game all around.
Good. Julia?
We started summer sessions a lot earlier this year. We started July 4th, I'm pretty sure. And we had practice Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then I had track workouts like Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And what about your travel team or whatever is beyond high school during that? Did you play that in the summer too?
Yeah. Well, not like all the way into the summer because they give us off for the high school season, but like up until I think like June, maybe like early July, we were still playing.
Did you ever have a day off?
Sunday
An hour?
sometimes.
An hour? Now, Matt, there's nothing like getting ready for a football season, especially with Coach Board, who has great things to say about you. We'll talk about that later. Tell us what your summer was like.
The summer was every day, football all the time, double sessions, come home, like sleep, and then just go
Well,
back.
you started that around August 15th or so, right?
Yeah, but we also had conditioning the week after the season ended, lifting and running every day.
As a team. Now, did you find that builds camaraderie and team spirit?
Yeah, it brings us all together, and we're all really close friends, everyone on the team, so
Right.
that's good too.
Now, you know soccer does it too, because at the senior banquet, I know you all talked about Brady's runs and whatever. Very, very exciting. Now we're going to talk about how you balance the academics and the athletics, because your sports, you've all went way late into the year. All right. Nicole, we'll start with you again. Your typical day, you practice to 4:35, you go home, or if there's an away game, you're getting home around 7.
Yeah.
Tell us how you do all that.
Well, I just make sure that I like manage my time well. Like when I'm home, I try to get all my homework done and study and make sure I like do that stuff like after a game or practice.
Matt, when do you get time to do the homework? I don't get it.
After I get home from practice, like I usually do it right before I go to bed. Actually, I do my homework, and I go to my teachers in the morning if I can because we have practice right after school. It's all right.
Right. Now, Julia, you got Brady practices, which go on forever. I understand that. And do you ever study in the morning, or is everything done at night like them right after practice?
I try to do as much as I can, like at night, but sometimes it goes into the morning. But I usually, like, I don't really do anything in the morning unless I have to go in early.
You don't function well in the
No.
morning? No, I'm a morning
Not at all.
person. I don't understand that. Highlight of your season. All right, so I'm going to let you guys contemplate that for a minute, and I'm going to pick out your highlights, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. We're going to pick on you first, Matt. Individually, I would say you were the MVP at the Old Bridge game, the Thanksgiving. You won that big trophy.
Yeah.
Picture was taken with your favorite athletic director. Was that the highlight of your season, and maybe a team highlight? Tell us about it.
I don't think that was the highlight of my season because we didn't really have a good game, but the JP Stevens game this year was definitely the biggest highlight because that was probably the toughest game that we've ever been in together, and we actually won. So
How was your performance that game? Tell us about that. You can brag. You can brag. It's okay to brag.
It was good. I had a few runs and catches. We all had a few big plays at the end to win.
Right. Now, Coach Borden describes you as a lunch pail guy and a guy that brings it every game and never came off the field. Where do you get that work ethic from? Where do you get that approach? Or
I don't know. My parents always told me to have that, to always try your best and never like give up no matter what. I'm just very competitive. Like
So you are?
I like to compete and I like to win a lot.
So if we were to play backgammon and I would double six you at the end and win, you'd like throw the board or something?
No, no.
You
But I'd get upset.
hit me?
Though. No, I don't think I hit you.
Okay. That's good. It's good to care. It means you care. Nicole, I want to know why you don't like me. I want to know why you put me through that GMC final game. You want to tell the audience about the lead up to it, the first 3 games?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, all 3 games were really close.
By the way, let me just interrupt.
Okay.
Maybe definitely top 10 of my athletic events as an athletic director witnessing. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was just, and you have to sit there and be very nice and quiet and show good sportsmanship. Boy, what was my stomach going. But tell us about it. The 3 games over at J.P. Stevens, GMC Finals.
Yeah. So the first game, we lost the first one, but it was only by 2 points. It was like 25-23, or it might have been like 26-24. And then the second game we won. It was, again, close by like 2 points. And then the third game, we were down 19-10. And then
the game is over at, for the audience, 25.
And somehow we like had a comeback in us, and we came all the way back and ended up winning again by like 2 points.
Did you ever have a doubt in your mind?
Maybe a little bit, but I knew like we had to just like stay together, and like we could come back, like we had the potential to, and we did.
Well, didn't that first game, didn't we have game point? Weren't we on game point?
Yeah.
We were on game point like 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4 times. And we gave it away. Oh, what a great comeback. And who was doing most of the service? I forget.
Was it Rachel Phillips or?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But what an exciting
Yeah.
game. And you guys just handled the end of it. So, you were so cool the way you handled it. You didn't over-celebrate, but it was there a relief? Because I'm going to talk to her about relief in a minute. Was it a relief, or was it, yes, excitement?
I think it was excitement.
Yeah.
That we came like all the way back.
Right. And that girl who was player of the year, she could spike the ball.
Yeah.
She was pretty good. Okay, it's girls soccer. You mentioned at the assembly today where you guys received your letters. He talked about 30 out of 32 years, something to that effect. Mm-hmm. Is there joy or is it relief?
Definitely joy, because last year when we lost, it was like such a terrible feeling, because we were the team who like broke the record. So last year, one of our seniors told us, they were like, you have to get the title back. And from the beginning of the season, since summer sessions, we were talking about winning the GMC championship again, and just like being able to bring that back to East Brunswick was like such an amazing feeling.
Right, but do you feel like the pressure that you've got to win it? Because my daughters, as you know, they played with your sister, as a matter of fact, they felt the pressure that we don't want to be the team that doesn't win.
Yeah. Well, last year, I don't think it really occurred to us that it could happen. Like, we thought it was like guaranteed because we were East Brunswick, and then when we lost it, it was terrible. So there was so much pressure on us to get it back, because, I mean, not everyone really expected us to win it. Like, no newspaper supported us.
Right.
We just had to prove it to everybody.
Well, I'm not sure about that. We always had that target on our back. But
yeah, that's true.
did you ever have any doubts during that game?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't either. You know that? I felt we were in control that whole game, and it was just a matter of when it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So the highlight of your season and or career?
It was a Piscataway game, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nicole, now I spoke for you, but what was the highlight of your...
Yeah, it was definitely that game.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That was exciting. Okay. I'm big on leadership, as you know, if you had the pleasure of being in my captain's meetings. How would you describe your leadership ability? You wouldn't be here if you weren't considered a leader. Why did your coach think you'd be a good person to be here? What kind of leader are you? We're going to pick on you, Julia.
I think I'm a more like vocal leader, I guess, because there's some, like, Tasha was another one of our captains. She led through like example, you know what I mean? Like, she played really well and made like our teammates want to play well also. But I feel like one of the worst things is when you make a mistake and there's someone like whining and dragging it on. So I always tried to make sure, like, if someone made a mistake, I'd be there to pick them up.
All right. You can whisper this. Do you hear the people in the stands?
Not really.
You don't hear them? You ignore them? So you ignore your dad then? Is that that's what you're telling him? Wait till I see Charlie. How about you, Nicole?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like important that when someone makes a mistake, that you're like there to make sure that they like know it's like not okay to make it's okay to make a mistake, and like you just have to like get over your mistake and you can't think about it. Like, so I always make sure that everyone like forgets about the past.
Because in volleyball,
Yeah.
every time the ball is played, there's going to be a point. And you could get 2 bad plays in a row, and boy, you got to forget that.
Yeah.
It's like a bad at bat in baseball, and that's hard. But did you find yourself just like talking to yourself and saying, "Forget it, it's over," and just go with the next hit?
Yeah, a little bit. Or sometimes like it's really important just to like just to not get down on yourself and just like kind of forget about it and just like go to the next point to make it up.
Because as soon as that one point is scored, you forgot about the other one already, right? Now, Matt, it's no secret we didn't have a real great year record-wise, but did you know how many teams we played made the playoffs and or state champs?
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. All but 2 of our opponents, and well, Freehold didn't count, were in the playoffs. That's absolutely amazing. Sometimes your team is average, but everyone else is real good that year, and that's what happened, I think, with football. And because we weren't bad, but everyone just had an exceptional year. So tell us about your leadership style.
I just try to go into the games and go as hard as I can every play, and like I guess just go in pumped up and try to bring everyone else to that level.
Are you a verbal guy or?
At games I am, yeah, but like it's a lot different off the field. It changes once you get on.
See, I like the leadership, the example. I see you as being that. I don't hear you out there, but I see you more as the quiet leader. But quiet leader, when you got to high school, did you think it'd be so challenging? Did you find, not the academics, we could talk about that later, but the athletic part, did you find it?
I didn't think it was going to be as hard as it was.
Right.
Especially because, like, I don't know, when you're on a club team, you're with the same girls every single year, and just adapting to, like, everyone's playing style. And, like, this year, I feel like a lot of underclassmen have stepped up. Like, we lost a lot of starters last year. We lost, like, only, like, 3 or 4 returning starters. So it's, like, adjustment was, I didn't think it was going to be that big of an adjustment.
Now, Nicole, you had to go into a sport that not many people knew, and you had an advantage. 1 week of summer camp, is that what did it?
I went for a few weeks, like 2 summers.
Right, so you had an idea of not just in phys ed. And did you find it more difficult, or did you think it'd be easier?
Well, I definitely thought it was like more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Just like getting like the chemistry between your teammates, like it took like a few years to form, just because like the team didn't start until freshman year, and so that was difficult. And like I didn't think it would be as time consuming as it was, like how much time and commitment, everything.
Well, rather do that than doing nothing. How about volleyball throughout the state? What areas plays the best volleyball? You have any idea on that?
Well, IHA won the state, like they were the state champions, and they're really good.
Right, they're in North Jersey.
Yes, North Jersey.
Right. And it's different parts of the state, exceptional. Like there's 3 or 4 schools, girls soccer in Central Jersey, that are exceptional. Different sections are sport-wise are better. Like football, Central Jersey is outstanding. Okay, Matt, what about you, buddy?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What was the question? The question was that the difficulty of playing high school football.
Yeah, when I was a freshman, I thought it was going to be really difficult, like, because you're not used to the game yet, and you have to still grow. But then once you get into it, once you get on varsity and get used to it, I guess it just comes naturally after a while. But to begin with, it's really difficult.
Did you find it as a little sophomore, looking up at all those seniors, going there and working out and going, what, am I nuts?
Yeah. When you're like sophomore, freshman, it's really intimidating.
Right.
Seeing all the players. But then you grow as the years go.
Now you guys are all up there as freshmen. Do you think it's intimidating to a freshman and sophomore coming up to the high school for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah. And but you played volleyball freshman and up here, right? So you got used to it. But then by your sophomore year, you were a big shot, right? Didn't bother you? Okay, Matt. Got a little brother. What advice would you give him about playing sports? Would you play all sports, one sport, concentrate? And Nicole was all division, all conference, all area, all news, Tribune. She played one sport. Julia does track and stand out in soccer. What would you tell my young brother, Frank Jr.?
I would tell them to pick like any sports that they love and want to actually play all the time. Because if you're going to play a sport, it's not worth it to just play it, just to play it. Like, you have to have the passion for the sport.
Would you tell him to concentrate on one or to play many?
As many as he wants, as many
Forever?
as he likes. I think once you get to college, you should pick your main one that you really love.
College? All right. We're going to let you think about this one. Julia?
I agree with Matt. I think that in high school you should try as many sports as you can, see what your interests are, and then in college you can like decide which one that you want to pick.
All right. Now, you just did one sport, but you said you were a basketball. I mean, I saw you out there. It looked like you had some basketball ability, nice footwork, but you gave it up. Why would you give it up?
Well, I gave it up in like 6th grade. Like, I don't know, I just really wasn't that into it. Like, when I started playing volleyball, and I definitely liked that like a lot more.
Mm-hmm. But did you find it easier because you used the skills in both?
I guess so, a little bit.
Okay, now we're going to talk about your coaches. I'm going to let you think about it. Tell me about your ideal coach. A guy who hollers, a girl that hollers, that understands. Because I want the coaches and those aspiring to be coaches to understand what you guys are looking for in a coach. So I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Who wants to go first? Tell me about your ideal coach.
I guess I'll go.
Go ahead, man. Yeah, be a leader. Come on, step up.
I think to be a coach, you need to be respected by your players and earn their respect. And you have to lead by example. Like, if you say that everyone has to be on time, you have to be there early and always there to help every single one of your players.
Who's your favorite coach? Forget Borden. Can't call it. It can't be.
Probably Coach Steinfeld
Yeah.
and Coach Hornline. I actually like all my coaches, but they're two.
Nicole, tell me about your ideal coach.
I think
Now, don't tell me she's on the bench having a baby during the finals either.
I think it's someone who has a balance between like pushing you hard, but not like yelling at you like all the time. Like someone who like understands like what you're going through, and like what pushes you to be the best player that you could be.
But don't you like coaches that challenge you? I don't mean physically or mentally, but they give you a challenge. Like, what do you guys have to do? Like the fartlek run? What do you have?
Cooper run.
The Cooper run,
Yeah.
whatever they're all. Like, they give you a challenge and you got to work hard
Yeah.
at it. Don't you like that? Like, do you do the lines in volleyball?
Yeah.
You have to do them at 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Do you ever make it?
No. Well, sometimes, yeah.
How about you there, girl?
I like the balance, like a coach that's understanding, but at the same time is still like hard on you and challenging you.
Well, you've had different coaches.
Yeah.
You've had Mac, who's a barker, but he's a puppy dog. Brady, who's a psychologist, I guess. So what is your ideal coach?
Out of just like, I don't know, I think they all have their own coaching styles, but Brady's like really motivational, and he like knows how to get us all pumped for the game, so that's something I'm definitely gonna miss.
Yeah. Well, I know he used to give out those inspirational quotes. I still do that. I love that stuff. Okay, now we're going to fast forward in 10 years. Matt, I'm going to be still sitting here, and there are going to be little other people sitting here. What are you going to be doing in 10 years, Matt?
I don't really know what I'm going to be doing in 10 years, but hopefully I have a job and like, I don't know, I'm just happy.
You think you want to stay in East Brunswick?
Yeah, for a while. I'm not sure like after that, but for a while I want to stay in East Brunswick. Yeah.
You want to stay around and coach and stuff? Come on, man.
I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool thing to
That'd be
do.
cool. Julia, 10 years. President of a major corporation, of Merck. The runway of a model, I don't know.
I hope to have my master's in something, I'm not sure, but I really want to go into the medical field or something along those lines, and then I think I want to move into the city and then like move back when I want to have a family, but like
Really?
to start.
You like
yeah.
the city?
Yeah.
Now, Nicole, you're going to be a speech therapist, pathologist, or whatever. Hospital, school, or private?
I want to work with kids, like young kids.
Right. What made you get into that profession?
I'm not really sure. Like, I like working with kids a lot, and I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do.
Well, it's very difficult because a lot of anatomy, and my bride does that. Do you know a quick story? That's probably one of the most rewarding professions, maybe besides coaching, She was at a function the other day, and a kid that she taught 25 years ago, the parents came up to her, hugged her, and said, "Thank you. You made a difference in my son." He was an all-state soccer player, and they attribute that she built confidence into him by getting rid of his speech problem. So that's going to be a great profession for you, and I wish you luck with that.
Yep.
Now it's time to thank someone. I know you want to thank Mr. Knopp, but no, you don't have to thank Mr. Knopp. Julia, we're going to sort you out. Who would you like to thank, coach, parent? A message out there. Anyone?
Like everyone?
Anyone you want. You got a chance.
One person.
Anyone or many.
Oh, okay. Obviously, all my coaches, like Coach Brady, Coach Mack, Tal, Sonny, Merrigan, like all of my coaches, they've definitely helped me develop as a player. And then my club coach, like my club coaches, there's like too many people.
Right. My parents.
My parents, obviously.
Nicole?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like my coaches, Bettin, Strauss, and my parents for like taking me everywhere and like always being there for like all my games.
What a sacrifice, right, with the parents? I mean, all the time taking, I remember when my kids were playing and you were a little peanut running around in the dirt and stuff, being dragged there. Oh, I always felt bad for you. Matt, who would you like to thank out there?
I like to thank my dad because he got me in, he let me play. My mom wouldn't let me play. But,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why?
She thought it was too rough.
You figured you'd get hurt? See, I don't understand that, Julia. I see more contact, not more, but vicious contact in soccer, boys
Really?
and girls, as much as in football. See, my thing is before I retire, I want everyone to wear helmets for soccer because
Oh, the
the
concussions
heading of the
going on.
ball and the going up for the 50-50 ball, I just see that. Is that why you like the net in between you, because there's no contact or what?
Yeah.
No. Okay, we're going to wind up. Do you have any questions for Mr. Noppenberger about the athletic program, about anything? You don't have to.
No.
No? Okay, what I want to do now is I want to wish you guys the best of luck. You're doing winter track. You're taking the season off.
I'm just going to start
You're going to
lifting.
take the season
Yeah.
off. And then you're going to start preparing your college essays, or you've done that already? You guys done that already?
Yeah, I've done
Good.
that.
So you'll be getting ready for the spring semester. Just don't get senioritis on me. I want to wish you the luck. I want to thank you for coming and sharing your stories. And it was a pleasure watching you guys compete. And make sure you come back and visit us. Okay, that's it for today. And thank you, and go Bears.